All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a wonderful day. I got another watch list for you. But before we get into that and talk about how bad Amazon earnings were, it was hideous. And then even Apple, I want to go over this trade. Now, I made a lot of trades throughout the day, but if you notice this final trade, it was after hours. It has to do with earnings, and it was about 23 seconds and netted me a $400 profit. Now, am I trying to flex on you? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know, and I'm going to give you the breakdown, but why I'm trying to highlight this right now is simply because I have done this a lot since earnings season has began, blah, blah, blah. But the whole point is, you can replicate this very easily, and honestly, it will give you an edge if you are watching the stream. So I know someone's obviously like, well, you just traded a big future, sold out. Yes, that is the point, but there was a process to it, and if you've been watching the stream, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. This is what I want you to understand. We're going to talk about it. I have it in the keys, the timing of so many events, and if you just know when certain things are going to occur from Euro close to the earnings, you can put yourself at a unique advantage. Now, how did we do this and what happened? It was very, very simple. The earnings came out for Amazon. We get it immediately. So if you don't have the earnings right away, even if you're at a delay, there's going to be that delay. So what ended up happening right when we saw that Amazon was bad, and I did this on Netflix. I did this last week, or last time with Netflix, but then we did it with Microsoft and Google. Literally every single time, if you could interpret it quick, you already are going to know the direction, and it has created a lot of these scalps. Now, obviously, it is risky. I don't recommend you try this, but I want you to see how there is unique times, and if you see it, you could really identify where big moves are about to happen. So hopefully that helps, and this is why we have the stream. Again, just think about the delay. Like, we're getting the earnings. We can interpret it quickly, and by the time we're interpreted and in a trade, most of the time, the actual number hasn't even hit a TV screen, or even if anybody's delayed, you could see how you're really getting a first jump on it. So we're going to talk about that a lot. It was another amazing day. Even the earnings now, oh, it's disgusting. Amazon was awful. Apple was mixed, and it's going to be unique, and we're going to see how it plays out. But now you got a couple more earnings tomorrow. It's not that crazy, but now we have a lot of data, and man, that 370 to 390 fight. Oh, I hope you're ready. So drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. YouTube.com/the stock market. It's free 99. All the news, all the trades. Again, go on stream. You'll see this for free. All we ask is positive, respectful people. We're not trying to argue with anybody, but if you would like to have respectful discussions, bring up information, contribute whatever you like. And honestly, if you feel you have nothing to contribute, all you got to do is like the video and share. Amen. Run it, baby.
Working to the couch, it's the joints on the legs. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a live, but I still reinvest it. Feel how I feel, then you feel like a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down.
All right, off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, your first key, it already has me giggling because you got to answer this question tomorrow. Do 4 quarters really equal $1? And I'm not talking like quarter earnings or anything. I'm talking about the tech stocks and what we just saw and how we're going to play out now that we've gotten, again, the biggest companies in the world out of the way. But the question is, there was 4 bad tech earnings. Apple was decent. Is 4 bad, would 1 decent one make up 4 bad ones? Will there be an equivalency? I don't know. Again, Apple was literally, they could have done better, but compared to all the other tech stocks, they didn't do good. But then Amazon was bad. Again, Microsoft, it wasn't really a miss, but they barely hit numbers that were lowered. And again, they missed on big metrics. Amazon, absolutely awful. Meta, absolutely awful. Netflix was another good one, so maybe we could balance that in there. But now, after what we saw this week, I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. We have those data events, and now the market reaction is going to be harder to read, but Thankfully, it doesn't matter because you have Powell. But now with all of this out the way, how tomorrow trades, it will be crazy because we need to see this digestion. And now in the morning, you're still going to get some big tech earnings, but not anything too crazy. So we'll see what happens. But that is key number one. Key number two now. Tomorrow will be very data driven. So although we're going to watch the earnings effects, what you saw this week is very simple. These companies will respond themselves, and sometimes it has a broader effect. Now, it used to be always it would, or usually, but in general, we got the earnings out the way. Every company that already reported, they might do their own thing, watch for sympathies and anything like that. But now tomorrow, you have two big pieces of data. And honestly, not only just tomorrow, in the next week till Powell, the market will be very, very data driven. Now, don't forget though, because now with the big dogs out the way, we know the reports, there's still 50% less to the S&P that needs to report. But the rest of the companies that are going to report so far with everything we've seen, those might be the companies that have been doing decent so far. Remember, it's been a couple of good earnings, then one really bad one, couple of good ones, then one really bad one. And again, the couple of good ones, these are based off of lower guidance. So it even adds a little bit of that confusion as well too. But overall, we have data, and now this is the final key. This is what I'm talking about with the video. Again, I encourage you to really learn from this and just understand, like, there's been so many events where if you just were ahead on the timing, it's not about, yeah, it's perfect. It's not like this is some secret sauce, but I'm just showing you this is where you could find the big movements. This is where if you want to get some of those moves or right before, I mean, you could save a lot of time and just really focus on those, but it is up to you. But timing has been very, very key. And now for tomorrow, watch 1 hour before the market at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time, the PCE is going to come out. We're going to do a lot of moves on the futures till then, pre-market. PCE is not only going to move, it'll also set us a point for the rest of the day, but that's going to be one move. You'll see a little bit of movement. Again, if you're on shares or futures, you can have this flexibility, and it's not that hard to do it, but you don't have to force it. But that is the first event. And then tomorrow, 30 minutes after the bell, you're going to get the Michigan consumer sentiment again. So this is the data tomorrow. But like I'm saying, just tie it into the timing, because now we know where two moves are going to be. And then the rest of the day is going to be digestion. And then literally your euro close. And then we'll see how the market really feels coming into this Friday. So I hope you're ready, Chad. It's going to be exciting. It's already exciting. We've gone through a lot, and now we got to see how it plays out. But just like today and all week, we have to get through it. Now we finally got to Apple. So much suspense, and then it happens. And now we have Powell, and that's what the next couple of days are going to be like. But that will be the final one. Then I'm telling you, end of the year, you're going to hear people talking everything from Santa Claus rally to midterms to the winter. Oh man, just no events. So get ready. It's there, and I hope you're ready. But let us get into the plays. So right off the bat, I got a couple of plays that I like for tomorrow. But let me start with this. I need to drive this point home because this is where we've gotten a lot of action. The first play, and this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. Momentum at 10 a.m. Eastern, man. That consumer sentiment, wait for it, interpret it correctly, and then you can scalp or swing the move. It's up to you. You do whatever you want. Again, how you want to go about it, that's on you. But at the very least, we know that data will move it. With earnings out the way, we know it will move it. Now it's going to come down to interpretation. So hopefully I've prepared you enough to understand what would be good consumer sentiment or not. You should know it at this point, or at the very least, you should know that main metric. If you don't, come on stream, so then that way I'll explain it. And then that way, when you ask it, I can't say I put it on the watch list because I didn't. So there you see what I see. Now we're working. But for real, that's going to be a play. Play number one, then play number two, baby. The big dog, Apple. The report was so mixed that I think it could be swung either way. I'm honestly leaning bullish on it just because it kind of showed Apple was in their own little league. But overall, I think this is going to have a little bit more wiggle room as everybody decides what they like and don't. And you kind of saw Meta started low, had a bounce today, and ended up lower. But just remember, some of the earnings don't really move. I'm afraid of Amazon tomorrow. If it drops a lot, maybe intraday, we don't get more than a couple of dollars. But Apple, I think that's going to be a good one. I'm leaning bullish. I closed out of my shorts before earnings today. Got a profit on that, but I have no plays on it now. So I'm going to see, even though I'm leaning bullish, that could change coming in tomorrow. Again, it all depends on what happens. That's what happened with Netflix yesterday. Netflix Meta, I was saying 113 is the level I liked before Zuckerberg started talking, before it started dumping and treated 100 like it didn't even treat 100. Like this, it was crazy. So we'll see. But for now, I'm leaning bullish. If anything changes beyond stream, but that is play number 2. And then finally, play number 3, baby. Oxy. You can also play any other oil play. So XOM, they're going to report tomorrow morning. There's usually a lot of those delayed reactions. Again, the oil play, but also I have noticed many big earnings reactions for Oxy when XOM has an event. So they're going to move. A lot of retail likes Oxy. A lot of people like trading it. Buffett likes Oxy. It kind of moves. The premiums are crazy, but this one could be a decent one. So I'm going to be watching all of the oil plays on the report, and I think that might be the only one we'll get, but we'll see. And I closed out of my ConocoPhillips. If you remember, we bought a 126 a long time, or 125 on one of those big dips. I bought it for $1 and some change, 40 I think, and I sold out today for around like 12.10. So nice 1,000%er, beautiful. God is good, amen. And I think that's it. Those are the main plays, but now let's get to the trades. It was another great day. I'm going to lose track of the balances on like some of them. You'll see what I'm talking about, and I'm just not good at the mouth. But it was $1,100 realized on the ES, including that after hours trade. And then we took some profit on some shares. But I actually opened the day, my first trade. I waited 20 minutes, went long on the ES. I waited for a low, 38.31, a nice little bottom there. Held on to that. And then like 7 minutes later, Apple, it was starting to do its thing. And this is where I was catching the rip. Remember, I went long on that ES. That one shot up to like $700. I closed my Apple short, took $200 profit. That was the pre-earnings run-up play. And then that last ES, the one I just opened, I sold at 38.46, 15 points on the S&P. It was nice. It was about a $700 trade. Then I closed that MES I took after the Microsoft and Google earnings. I was down and then up and down and up. I had $100 profit. I said, let me close out of that one. Then Arch, remember, we even said the timing, the 10 a.m., it did it exactly again today. That came back up. I had $200 profit. We had that play for a long time. Closed out of that, took that one. Then I went long on 2 MES. And again, this one I was just going for some more upside. I wanted to keep it small. It was like the middle of a range. It was kind of a greedy zone. That's why I went smaller with it. 384475. And then I think like 2 hours later, I ended up closing it for like a $50 loss after making the other 100. So not too bad, but got out of that. Then I grabbed the NQ 11.26.5 to 6.9. It was like an $80 day trade. Then I did a short for $5. If I held that one towards the end of the day, it would have been good, but that one was a little bit worse time, and I started to get a little bit more antsy. I was very patient today, but then that last one with the NQs, I was getting a little crazy with it, so got to get more disciplined on that. Thankfully, we walked away with some profits on it, and then it finally hit just around the level I was looking for at the end of the day, 316.14 or 318.14, sold out at 3.816. Again, another couple $100 there, and then after that final trade there at the bell, it was totaled $1,100 on the ES. So not bad. I've cut a lot of upside now, even a lot of shorts, but now we'll get to the hold-ins. The pound didn't destroy me too much today, so still kind of bad, but either way, well, you'll see. You should see what destroyed me, but the pound wasn't too bad, and again, there was a lot of UK or EU news in the ECB, and like I said, this play, I'm just going to wait for Powell. If Powell's going to upset a lot, that's going to give me my exit. Otherwise, we are getting squeezed on that. The futures, you notice that premium on those options on the futures, they got hit too, so I'm down 600 on that one. My old MNQ, I was down a lot on this one. That one actually came back even before the market closed. I had a $200 profit, flip back there with that little bounce, so that's going to set us up there for tomorrow. The MYM, dude, the Dow, and even now the McDonald's, I took the earnings gamble. I'm going to ride these out. Again, I'm feeling that Powell will give me my exit. By Powell, if it is extremely bullish, that's it. I will humble myself and take the loss on there. But up until then, some of these moves and even the Dow squeeze, I think it's unreal. So that's why I'm saying I'm riding them out and we're fighting back against it when it's all said and done. Like I told you guys, the $4,000 we were down on the MYM last week, remember, on that Friday right before, I hit a $4,000 trade. I was like kind of just keeping that in mind. Again, even this week, even last 2 days, realized like $3 grand. So it helps make up what I've lost, but pretty much I have these profits that I've been making. That's why the realizing's been helping. But until these come down and I could close them out, I don't get my money back. Or like I'm saying, if I do get squeezed, I will have to take the loss and see how much it's going to eat up. Really, until the day it starts running and I can't find the good flips on there, then we're going to be a little bit in danger. But overall, on McDonald's and that one, I'm waiting for Powell. I'm willing to take the risk. I could hold it. We got some cushion. And like I'm saying, it's not like I'm not sitting back taking this pain when it's all said and done. You know, we are fighting back to make sure. But these have been some wild trades so far. But still in that, the ACAM, he's holding up pretty good. So I'm actually excited about that because now we got a little bit more wiggle room. And then the meta from yesterday, $800 on the 50 shares. But I like it. We're going to be able to move around. But today, thankfully, we got to realize some. I was realizing some there yesterday, but again, some of the unrealized losses, even though I did great this week, realized the unrealized, they've been fighting back. So that's why even next week now, it's gonna be wild. So that is everything, Chattadonia. I'm gonna be watching all those plays, the momentum tomorrow. Let's see what happens into the end of the week. Be disciplined and keep your eyes peeled. But even then, coming into next week, man, it's like it's about to get real. So I hope you're ready. But that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure hydrate healthy, ready to go. Make sure post your watch list. Make sure we see you there in the morning. I need the armor on. I need the helmet shining. I need you to remember the blessings are for the people who pursue. The blessings are for those with action. Nobody got blessed sitting around. Let's go, baby. Get hungry, get ready, and don't let anything get to your head. Again, if anything, we got a lot of time, and I need you to understand time, not only with the timing, but like, bro, time. Oh man, I'm choking up. You gonna make me cry? No, but you have time. You have time. Let the moves come to you again. You could always go with what you are comfortable with and give yourself time. The time from now until the end of the year. I'm telling you, these are some opportunities. Some people don't do anything till the beginning and ends of the year. So let's go, baby, and stay focused. And Chad, I am so impressed. I'm telling you, I may be talking to some of you and this does not apply, so don't worry. You don't have to worry about that. But if you've been showing up with that positivity, if you've been playing in the game, you've been getting focused, honestly, I said I don't like flexing, but it's like some people, I've even seen y'all call outs. You'll be like, oh, I did this, and I'm watching y'all take action, and I am proud, baby, and I love to see it. So go, keep pursuing, keep doing it, stay in the game, respect other people. It'll be easier to respect the stock market. That's all. You ain't respecting other people for them. I know you're an asshole. It's okay. You're doing it so you can respect the market. Oh, stop playing with me, baby. It's game time. So Chad, let's have fun. It's Friday. We worked for it. Let's get it. God bless you and thank you for all the Chads, baby. I love you all. Finger to the sky. I see you in the morning. Peace out. I'm so awkward. I can't stop. And like I'm okay.